Hi all, and welcome to Night Rips. So for today's opening, I have one of those things that I used to buy a lot of whenever I was growing up. It was a way I got as many cards as I did. I got myself a set of 1989 rack pack. It's a 42 card pack, plus it includes one card from the 1988 All-Star game. Nice thing, you know, the bad thing about these packs with Topps, in 88, 89, Topps was still putting bubblegum in their wax packs. You know, one thing that these didn't have is there was no bubblegum. Of course, the bubblegum was not the greatest bubblegum in the world. So, honestly, I think by not putting it in here, I probably saved more teeth than what I'd done if I'd just done all wax packs. The other nice thing, the reason why I like doing this, so when I'd go to the store, I would always, you know, with these clear cellophane, I would always go and look to see what cards are on the front and back to see if you know, any of my favorite players on it. Now, granted, this was, you know, bought in bulk from eBay, so, you know, I wasn't going to pick it out, but not that I would even care about picking it out anymore. But, you know, with Topps, you could actually see the front and the back to see, you know, who you're going to get. With, you know, other companies like, you know, for example, Donruss, they would actually block the back with some of their puzzle pieces. You know, they would still do in these packs what, and basically for them, each one of these blisters was a 15 card pack plus a piece or 3 pieces of puzzle. Topps, it was actually not 15. It's what is that, 42? So that would be 14 cards per pack, and they would not include gum. So you actually would get less cards than three wax packs. But you could see what the, like I said, 6 players were. So enough talking about that. Let's go ahead and open this up and see who we got. Of course, these are always a little bit more difficult than wax packs, which is why I always have my handy dandy scissors handy. Put it over to the side there so we don't make all these noise. So this was the special card you got. In this case, it was Bobby Bonilla, All-Star card, and this was actually, let me see if I can, yeah, get a little bit light on it. This is one of the glossy cards. You know, none of the other cards in here was glossy. The only glossy ones you could ever get was the Tiffany, which was a special limited edition set. You know, you do this, you can see the difference of the gloss. And just the feel is a little bit different. You know, this has got that shiny, this is a little rougher. But it would, you know, nothing on the back other than it's part of this set. You notice it was a 22 card set. And so you'd have to either buy 22 cards or you could actually send away and get more. There was actually, let's see, actually you couldn't on this one. This one you had to buy 22 rack packs in order to get them. Wow, that's marketing. All right, so let's see what we got. And unfortunately, we even got a damaged card right here at the beginning, but it's Gary Ward. And it's a junk wax. These aren't really worth that much anyways. Here's Bill Wegman. I do like this design from Topps. You know, the backs are pretty standard. Put it here. There's a little bit more where you could actually see, like in a case they actually added like monthly scoreboards. I think they did it for, actually they didn't. For regular players, all they had is just the stats and a little bit of like a fact, maybe 2. Depends on how many years they played, if they're trying to fill up some dead space. In this case, Bill Wegman was a pitcher, so they put his scoreboard. Probably, you know, if you look at someone like a Nolan Ryan, you know, and keep our fingers crossed if we get a Nolan Ryan in this. I'd be curious if they actually truncate his stats to put something like this in. But let's see if we get a Nolan. I'm real curious, or any pitcher that's been around for a while. Here's Steve Balboni. Ron Darling, it's another pitcher. Let's take a look. And nope. But he hadn't, again, he not enough to fill it up, other than they have a very short fact. He's a Cohn or restaurant in New York City. Go figure, he's a Met. Here's David Cohn. Okay, so Dave Cohn had played for quite a while. Now, a lot of this is minor league. So I don't know if it's because it's minor league that they didn't put anything, or I don't know why you put so much minor league stats on there. I don't get it. Interesting. Here's Mark Grant, another pitcher. They're going to line us up with pitchers. Again, there's our scoreboard. So they're going to give us a lot of pitchers so we can actually go and check that out for a bunch of them. There's Lou Whitaker. He's a hitter. There's Atlee Hammaker. Another pitcher. Let's take a look at Atlee. No facts. Still got a scoreboard. And he had been playing for, well, 7 years. So we really need Nolan. Come on, let's get a Nolan. There's Keith Hernandez. Teddy Higuera. Sorry about that. Gotta keep it kid friendly. Jeff Robinson. This is the pitcher pack, I think. Oh yeah, let's see, it got a lot of minor league on there. Here's Jose Cecina. Cecina, maybe. Again, played for a while, still got a monthly. Here's Mike Moore. Just stuck to the one behind him. Yep, I still got his. So strange. And there's Scott Bradley, catcher, and catcher don't. Actually, the catcher, even he has a monthly scoreboard. Very fascinating. I just wonder why that first one guy didn't. I don't know. Maybe he didn't do enough to deserve a monthly scoreboard. Who knows? That's what I like. Every year they designed it a little bit different. Not the front. The fronts are pretty standard. But the back, it's always interesting to see what do they consider are stats people are interested in or not interested in. You don't see that anymore, or at least not as much. Topps will still put them on there, and then they'll also do those short print advanced stat cards, which I love those. Plus, because they're short prints. But you know, all this stuff. You look at the Gypsy Queens or the Stadium Clubs or stuff like that. You can find stats on the internet. You don't necessarily need to look on the back of a card anymore. That's why the joke is you know, people don't look on backs of cards anymore. That's older generation, pre-internet people. All right, so Dave Johnson's the manager of the Mets. So what they also did was any manager, that was the team checklist card, which is a unique way of doing it. Here's Brian Holton, John Shelby, Mel Hall, Joe Orsulak, Jeff Pico, Rod Nichols, Jeff Hamilton, Kevin Bass, Jeff Bittaker. He looks young. Wow. How many years had he played by this point? And he had already been with the team 1 year, but he had been playing since 1980. You figure this is a 1989 set. This guy never aged. Wow. Here's John Wathan. Of course, he's a manager, so again, managers have their team on the back. Trying to see who's on there real quick. Obviously, there's George Brett. You always remember him. Bo Jackson's in this set. Brett Saberhagen. Kurt Stillwell. Okay. We got Les Lancaster. 2 more cards in this. Rick Cerrone. And John Farrell. He looks disturbed or something. Okay. Nothing too out of, too crazy. Not that I expect anything crazy in this, but love to see Nolan Ryan. I want to see the back of his card. We got Bob Ojeda. We have a future star, Mike Harkey. That's an interesting looking card because we hadn't seen a future star before. Not like this. Take a look at the back. So the back looks like a standard back. He's a first draft choice of the Cubs in 1987. Played 5 games in September, had 18 strikeouts. Not bad. Someone want to look him up, after we're off camera. Here's Ted Power. Jack Armstrong. Another future star, Greg Jeffries. I always like looking these guys up to see whatever happened. 9 times out of 10, they didn't even make it. Mike Lacrosse. Gary Gaetti. Manager for the Yankees, Dallas Green. We can see who was a Yankee at that point. Let's see. John Candelaria was there. Ricky Henderson was already there. Tommy John. Donnie Baseball. And if there's anybody, no, Dave Winfield, anyone that I should be saying, go ahead and make comments in the section below. I'm just looking for the bigger names. Hey, John Candelaria right there. See, that's what I'm expecting a Nolan Ryan back to look like. And he had been with the Pirates for years and years and years and went to the Angels, played a year at the Mets, and then he went over to the Yankees. So, no room for the scoreboard. There's Roberto Kelly. Oh, we have a Cardinals Leaders card. This is really nice. Kind of the throwbacks to the 1987 edition of that. So runs Ozzie Smith, doubles Ozzie Smith, hits Millie McGee, home runs Tom Bernansky, batting average with Willie McGee. Yep. A lot of names I'd expect. Here's Sherman Corbett, Todd Worrell, and then the last but not least is Walt Terrell. But we knew that because if you would have paused the video when we're looking at the back, you would actually seen his back card. So that's cool. Definitely an interesting set. I wouldn't say, like I said, during this time in baseball, you did get, some of these insert sets like this. These were mostly to sell, the rack packs because they didn't really put these very often in the wax packs. And then, of course, you have your Future Stars card, but these are just kind of like the rated rookies with Donruss, the star rookies later with Upper Deck. It's just a way to call out the rookies, right? Now you have the RC logo on them. And this case, you know, is this is very 80s looking, but we expected it to be because this was the 1989 set. So that's it with this set. Again, nothing super special that jumps out at me. Not that anything should. None of these cards, even if they were a perfect PSA grade 10, they're still not worth a ton of money. But they're always fun to look at, to go back a little bit in nostalgia and just see what used to be. If you feel that way, you know, or if you don't, go ahead and, you know, toss your comments in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click that bell to get notified whenever another video goes up. I try to put these out every day, so, you know, make it part of your habit to spend a few minutes with me every day and look at the way cards used to be and also the way cards are now, because I do open new stuff. Until the next time, though, we'll see you later. Bye now.